of time lay dormant in my mind. In the night.
It's a sad thing when dreams come to an end, but, well, thankfully for us, this dream is 2 days worth of Rocket League. Welcome to the Confederation Cup for the Neon Dream here at Rewind Gaming. We have got a busy show for you today. 3 series worth. It's going to be a fantastic time, and what better way to start you off with than the cloning accident gone wrong? It's myself, Ireleak, joined by Digital Bacon. It's true, look, we're in the same room. You can see how similar we look now. And Bacon, we've been watching the results coming in. Of course, we've had 8 teams coming into today. That's going to be whittled down over the course of today, and we're going to be picking up here at the semi-final stage in the winner's bracket before dipping into the last chance saloon of the loser's bracket.
That's it. So we had 8 teams join in today, 2 from each of the corporations, 2 from Star Force Gemini, 2 from Libra Galaxy, 2 from Liam Forces. And guess how many there were from Scorpio Tech, Irelic?
Was there 2?
Damn it, he's on the ball, and of course I hope you guys are as well, because if you haven't noticed yet by the title, it is going to be Epsilon Esports going up against Savage in this first match. And well, this is a highly anticipated game. I remember we were going through the the matchups earlier on today, and we're like, which one do we want to see most? Instantly saw this and we're like, we're sold. This is all we need. Epsilon, the new up-and-comers, and Savage, well, I could say they're sort of the old up-and-comers because they have already got to that level. They've already got to RLCS, and of course, they've got to get to the finals here. Otherwise, I reckon that's going to be a bit of an upset, Ireleak.
It really is. I mean, they started off the day strong. Their first game of the day up against Monaco Esports, a 6-0 smacking. And just as I'm, smacking my microphone right there, incredibly violent stuff. And Savage, we know them for their super attacking play. They like to get the demos out now and again. Epsilon, honestly, this is as well as they've ever done. They came joint third in the GFIN Elite Series alongside Reason Gaming most recently. They went in at round 2 of the Thunderdome. They crashed out in round number 1 of the Rocket Baguette Grand Prix. And so really, this is a chance for them to not just get good points on the board for the Renegade Cup, but maybe to provide one of the upsets of the day.
Yeah, that's it, definitely upset of the day. But what we are not going to get upset about is, of course, these players getting onto the pitch, free from either side. They hit the stadium. It is DFH Stadium for the first match on stream tonight. We're going to have Epsilon in the blue, and well, that leaves orange for Savage.
So we're going to start off here with Devo coming off the wall. Bluey, now sporting the name Bluey Meister. Bluey Meister?
Yeah,
he's a master of his craft, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's going to be Bilbo then, up from the top. Alpha has the ball taken away by Bluey, looking to secure the ball, and a bad touch there in defense is cleared out by Devo. Bluey again with a soft little touch, gets control of the ball, does well to beat out the oncoming defense here from the corner. It's going to be Bilbo away. Devo goes up high, misses. Open there for Cheerio. It just whistles wide.
Look at all the recoveries we're seeing from Bluey, especially today. This is a new kind of Savage where generally they're all completely out, straight against the wall. Everything is getting thrown at it. And here we're seeing them being careful, but Bilbo's not being careful, getting the opening goal.
This was a lovely bit of aerial control here from Bilbo. Really didn't want to take, too much time, but at the same time, he was calm under pressure. He puts the first goal away on stream, and Savage, well, they're under pressure to perform now. We were talking actually before this, Bacon, about how Savage, they only tend to struggle against teams from within the RLCS or of RLCS caliber, of course. Red Reserve or Triple Trouble, as they used to be known, they were their real bogey team in the last 6 months. Yeah. They don't want to be giving up even just a game here against Epsilon. At least on paper, they really should be beating.
Yeah, it's definitely a win. Bilbo getting the first goal was brilliant for me. I've always said it. Bilbo is a hinge player. His team winning depends on him. Sebadam Chiro are quite consistent. When it comes to Bilbo, if he's on form, he is winning. When he's not on form, unfortunately, it's losing. That first goal has got to brighten those hopes, and really, it's a fantastic start for Epsilon.
Sebadam wins the challenge in midfield, moves up with the challenge Alpha, who gets it around. Devo misses his touch in midfield. That's a couple he's missed now. He's going to want to get those out of his system early. Bluey beaten to the ball by Cheerio, though Devo's going to throw this one back into the danger zone. We're just sticking around here for a moment as Alpha wins a challenge. Sebadam, good touch, back into the midfield. Bilbo helps it on. And it's going to be Devo up high once again. The ball, incredibly so at this moment in time, helped into the corner by Bluey. Here comes Alpha. Is this going to be on target? Yes! But an easy save for Bilbo. Though a double commit. We talk about Savage wanting to take their opportunities now while they have the chance. On the flip side, Epsilon, they can't make too many of those mistakes.
Yeah, another thing to point out is that double commit and it weren't getting punished. That hit there just straight into the ground. Savage not looking so savage. They're not having that killer instinct about them, which we normally see. Savage isn't a team that we normally see defense come out from. It's normally just tons and tons of goals, and they don't care how they get them. For this to be halfway into the game and no goals from Savage, just the one from Epsilon, which is generally how Epsilon likes to play. It's just etch out the margins. You know, they only win by 1 or 2 goals over their opponents.
Oh. I honestly thought that was going to hit the crossbar. Yeah. I thought it was going there, but thankfully Bluey, for his team, able to sneak it under there. Alpha, that was a really good shot, completely confuddled the defense. And Savage are back in the game now. 1-1, and Epsilon, I agree with you, they like to win by these 1 goals. It's score it, park the bus, hopefully it works. It didn't, and I don't think it ever will against this attacking force.
Yeah, it took a real creative attack there, Bluey coming in after the whole sort of throw-off in the attack after that post hit for them to get goal. They can't be expecting many more of them. They've got to go for more of those. And so they just keep on getting into the mix.
So into the midfield, it's going to be Albert who has rotated back. Onto the backboard. Oh, what a read by Bluey! Sebadam. You know what? I don't even think there was anything he could have done here. Bluey was just so quick.
Well, Sebadam had 2 attackers come in here. It tries to get it clearance out. Instead, those 2 attackers were just making the block, keeping it completely closed on out. Fantastic little play. Don't get me wrong, at the same time, that didn't work. Sebadam didn't hit the ball into them. That would have been a complete and utter counter, and Epsilon would have been able to quickly get a counter goal, but it's just not happening.
Savage, I think it's fair to say that they've been given ample time to warm up, and that can only spell bad news for Epsilon, as the challenge is equal. Alpha looking to do some tricky things off the wall. Dealt with by Bilbo, but not adequately enough. Devo given a freebie.
Oh, and talk about freeze. There's the third one for Savage. Great little drop down, I will say there, from Bluey. And look at that rotation, he's straight going for the boost. If this didn't work out, you know, Devo's just there really to put on pressure, not going for the goal. That didn't work out. Bluey would have stolen the boost and that pressure, that sort of whole force of threat coming out from Savage would have just stuck onto them, and it would have only been a matter of time before Savage would have got that third goal.
Again, another challenge won in midfield by Savage. And you know what? I think this has been a real theme of this game overall. Epsilon, they did so well to close down so many challenges, but a lot of those challenges were also won simply by the fact that Savage were missing crucial balls. That's no longer the case. Savage are absolutely on it at the moment. Bluey into the corner, gets the second touch, and at this moment in time, Bacon, Savage only really need to waste time.
Yeah, that's it. Whittle down that clock, 30 seconds left, 2 goals ahead. This is a very dangerous time for Epsilon in game 1 when they started off so strong. Now they're just not seemingly being able to diffuse all this power, all this pressure that Savage are putting on. These long hits downfield will take that pressure away, but it's not going to result in a goal. Look at that, straight down. Sebadam putting it up into the air, but no one being able to get onto that. Bilbo, unfortunately, is too skinny an angle, and it's just unfortunate for them, but a good showing in the first half from Epsilon. They've just got to refine that form.
And so, game number 1 goes to Savage. 3-1 is the sort of scoreline that we'd certainly expect. Epsilon showing some good signs in the first minute. It kind of just ran away from them though. And I'm looking at Cheerio there. I don't recall myself ever calling out his name in all of those 5 minutes. The one save, no contribution on the offensive front, no shots at all. I think that tells a story in itself.
Yeah, for me, Cheerio here was a lurking player where he was just basically sticking around in midfield, trying to get those passes going from the rear all the way downfield. He wasn't going for shots, wasn't doing any of that. So this play style, we've seen it happen and work before for many players. Pashi, to be an example, if he has that very similar set style. Cheerio here, he needs to get into the mix more. He needs to be basically doing the same as Sebadam, just on the flip reverse. Sebadam goes into attack, Cheerio goes into defense. Cheerio goes into attack, Sebadam's going into defense. And it's all because they have to align with Bilbo.
Yeah.
It's quite simple. Bilbo is the one which you have to focus on. He is the star player on the roster. These other two are there to support him, and I don't think they've got a problem with that, really.
So as we get kicked off here on game number 2, probably worth letting you guys know just what is at stake here. So the winner here of this series actually doesn't have to play Rocket League again today if they don't want to. I mean,
Yeah, go to bed
you?
early. It's quite nice.
I imagine so, surely. It's certainly not going to be the case for us as we stay up late and figure out what's going on tomorrow with so many schedules and plans and stuff. But you know what? It's a good game to win because, like you say, genuinely, you get that break. Although, getting a break once again is Bilbo. Almost a repeat situation of game number 1. Epsilon looking strong in the first minute.
This time a little bit earlier, actually, with Bilbo just putting up a very hard hit. It was a great read against the defense of Savage, which is able to pick the ball up and counter them instantly. And that is a big hit against Savage. You have to counter them instantly because these are some very fast players. You give them a little bit of time in defense, they will be able to find a way to block you out.
Cheerio's going to throw his one over to the sidewall. Alpha will pick up possession, although Cheerio ahead of him gets the bump. Cheerio down. Bilbo psyched into trying to get the ball, and Bluey with a fake, maybe?
I guess something.
It was something. We'll leave that one up to the imagination.
I think the boys in the labs could probably analyse it afterwards, but that's too much on the fly. We've got too much Rocket League going on now.
Bluey down into the danger zone. Devo was coming in, but he was saved. Open net. Cheerio comes back, does well to deal with it, and Bilbo away. That's a nice clearance from Epsilon. You deal with a pretty dangerous situation rather neatly. Alpha, looking to find Devo, looks again to get the help on, but again, in these first couple of minutes, failing to find the crucial connecting passes. Bluey tries to find the crucial connecting shot, takes out Bilbo, but doesn't come away with the shot that he required.
Yeah, that's a redemption on pressure as well there from Bluey. He saw, he made the miss, goes, gets the demo, and it regains control of this ball. You see, they have got it down into the orange end, but straight away Savage straight onto it. There's no stopping Savage at the moment. They've got full control. It's going to take these really big high hits actually to be able to fuse it, but dribbles like this, look at Alpha go.
Oh, here comes Bluey with the demo!
Oh,
and would
dirty.
you look at that? Savage had Epsilon on strings.
Oh no, 1-1. Where did this go in the last game, Ira League? We just have one of the moderators actually in our ear, Sammy, just go, oh no, yeah, that happened. You get that feeling of as soon as it was a 1-on-2 situation, Epsilon were done for there.
Let's have it, chat. Savage! Exclamation mark.
Ooh, Savage coming through from the Star Force Gemini. And they like those little adventurous plays, those little cheeky double demos, you know?
Ooh! Alpha! Angle, he flew in like a majestic hawk and picked up his prey.
Does indeed. Look at that set into the corner though from Blue and then Alpha. Perfect team chemistry there. That's all about the prediction because you don't actually have time to read and calculate geometry. You just know, going into that corner, I've got to be going here.
So, deja vu, have I ever been to this place before? The answer is yes. Once again, the table's turned, and now a collapse is potentially on the table. Devo picking up number 3 in the space of 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think like Devo's feeling a little bit left out, so what does he go do? Take the goal. That's how you get back into the mix and get your name on the stream. Well done for the force play.
Devo will contest the kickoff and wins it handily, wins it
Good
mightily.
response though from Bilbo there.
Yes. I mean, certainly the effort and the application hasn't been lost on Epsilon. I think even in the car body language, you can absolutely see that they're still trying, but now I think we've got a problem, Bacon, where they're trying to overcome talent, and that's the hardest hurdle of all.
Like, so the problem here is that they're just trying to outplay, like, with pure mechanical skill, it's feeling at the moment from Epsilon. Instead, like, we just saw a double commit there. They need to communicate and come up with a strategy. It takes some very good team plays to just completely dismantle. Oh, what a pinch. Louis must have been watching an old Cook stream or something to pull that off. Unfortunately, the miss. But you see, Alpha here, this is my key point for Savage, is Alpha he just knows how to stay back in defense and can just withstand the amount of pressure that can suddenly counter onto them.
Oh, Sebadam was a little bit too late there. That probably should have been a better opportunity than it ended up being, and that is surely going to be a goal. Absolutely, Bluey forces it in 4-1.
Yeah, Savage is loving life at the moment. Bluey being able to send this downfield. Devo, though, thinks he's got it as well. Nah, Bluey's making sure that he holds on to that.
Goal steal toxic. What are these guys doing?
That's re-stealing your goal. Is it stealing if someone stole it from you?
I don't judge the messenger, I don't know. Bilbo up high, met by Alpha, who again wins the challenge. Such a similar story to game number 1. Savage, as soon as they take control of the midfield, Epsilon have been helpless to their advances. It's Bluey. The pinch goes off to the side. It's going to be dealt with comfortably by Alpha, who just lofts it up to the side once again. Cheerio throwing this one into the centre. Miss there, but no one there to capitalise from Epsilon, and bumping that as well. Bilbo meets the challenge at the helm, but unfortunately, once again, no third Epsilon player in rotation. Oh, a bit of a tricky touch there, but dealt well with Alpha once again. He has been properly good in defence so far. I know that it's been their offence that's won them these couple of games so far, Bacon, but fair shout, he's not Rookie of the Season without good reason.
Oh, yeah.
And look at that. What a play.
Again, Devo feeling a little bit left out, wants to get his name heard, and what a way to do it. Great little hit down to Bluey, and Bluey to lay it up. Again, this is not calculations, this is chemistry. This is Savage knowing what to do as soon as the first player hits the ball. They're like, this is that set piece. Set piece F, because they've already gone through the others.
Remember, this is an RLCS team now, of course. They lost out to their bogey team of Red Reserve, but they were second in the promotion playoff. It's the first time, I believe, in RLCS history that all 4 RLRS teams got promoted into the RLCS. The scene has never been as close, and for Epsilon, well, they have got to try and find something different, because once again, Savage, that could have easily been goal number 6. On the base of things, they probably deserve a 6th.
Definitely wouldn't. Oh, I thought Alpha was going to do something absolutely nutty and send it 6-1. I mean,
The freestyling from Alpha.
yeah, he's doing something unexpected, and I absolutely love it. Demo's coming out from Cheerio. And, I mean, it's a good idea, but is it a little too late here, right, Luke? Because we're now moving on to match point.
Yeah. Of course, all of our games today, all of our series, I should say, are best of 5. And for Epsilon, I don't know, like, if I was a player and I was looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, we're a bubble team, realistically on paper. We're going up against an RLCS team, the only RLCS team in the competition. There is a loser's bracket. Do we prepare for a run there, or do we still try to go ham to win back this series?
So I'm always in the spirit of don't give up here. If Epsilon find a way to take down Savage, and even if they lose, they could face Savage later. Then they know one of the strategies which does beat Savage. You know, we've seen in the first half of these games, it takes Savage a little bit of time to build up some momentum. So it's just a case of they've got to make sure that the momentum from the start just carries through for Epsilon, and that Savage are not allowed to build it up.
Devo. Alpha throwing it over to Bluey. Good pass down, but Alpha didn't read it properly. Bilbo is going to pick this one up the side. Good bump from Alpha. Great bump from Alpha, wasn't it? And Devo unable to get it past Sebadam, although further bumps ensure that the play doesn't turn into a counter-attack for Epsilon. Backboard issues. Bluey coming in, open net.
Bluey
and he
coming
puts it
in.
away with a plum.
Yeah, absolutely strikes that one down. Nothing getting in the way of that one. Bluey just literally slaps a rocket on it, 107 kph. No one is going to be able to get to that one in time.
bad omen for Epsilon. They at least had one goal by this stage the last couple
Yeah.
of games. And
Maybe
now
it's a
they're
good
behind.
omen. Things are getting changed up.
Maybe. It forces them into...
Always the optimist.
Yes. It forces them into doing different things, if they can do different things. Of course, Cheerio. Oh, surely an opportunity here. Bilbo misses his shot. And now it's Devo versus Sebadam one-on-one. And Sebadam does well to defend here. Bluey tries to get over one. And here comes Alpha. Doesn't get it past the post. Devo coming in as well. Alpha trying to get it past Sebadam. It's once again one here, and Sebadam does so well blocking out all these shots. Although here comes Devo to put away number 2. Unrelenting pressure. Savage living up to their name.
This today has been great for Devo, because if we've noticed the whole season, he's sort of like still not reaching that old caliber that we saw from him when he was world champion. Today, I'm seeing Devo on this pitch, and I'm going, oh, he's getting back there. Next RLCS season, Devo, for me, is going to definitely be one to watch again, and I have not said that for a good few seasons.
Oh no. That was a
Really nice.
save from Blue. That was nearly nuttilicious. And of course, it is the season for bringing out the nutcrackers and all those wonderful things. So I'd love to see some nutty plays at some point today. Bit of a one-on-one battle here in the blue corner. Cheerio comes away, wins that. Devo should deal with this comfortably. Does so. Cheerio beaten. Bilbo, midfield, finds Sebadam. On target, no. High, but oh, I thought that was going to be a miss off the backboard. Cheerio denied the chance.
I just don't know where Bluey was hiding that dodge. You know, he had jumped off the wall, and I was pretty much like, oh, he's too late to get that second jump on. But no, he knows those timings perfectly. And we know this scoreline perfectly as well by now. 2 minutes 52 Ira League left in this. There's still tons of time to come back. But in your eyes, what is one thing that Epsilon need to do to change things up?
Get in their faces. I mean, that's where they... honestly,
Get in the grid,
that's
yeah.
where they found their success in the first minute of game number 1 and 2. And they just... It's almost like they began respecting Savage too much. Where are the demo plays? Where are the plays to try and take out the players rather than the ball? I know that it's not the ideal Rocket League strategy, but at this point, surely it might be a better strategy to take out Savage, because right now, they're just having fun at this point. They are...
Savage are being allowed to play the game.
Right,
That's
exactly.
the problem.
Yeah. So onto the backboard, it's going to be Cheerio, who doesn't really help it down to Sebadam, and the ball quite harmlessly falls onto the backboard. Bilbo picks this up and wins the challenge against Bluey. Here comes Sebadam then, looking to knock another one on target. Easy save for Devo. Bilbo finds Cheerio in the center. They've been trying a lot more of these moves, but again, they're non-threatening, Bacon, because the passing plays are in the middle of the pitch and not further up into the opposition half.
And big, wide overcommitments. It's almost like Epsilon aren't talking with each other. They don't know where their teammates are. You can't just get by with looking or just sensing where your teammates are. You have to talk. And Epsilon here, clearly, that is their problem. They're very frustrated against Savage. And I guess that is one of the traits of going up against Savage, is that they are frustrating of a team to play against.
Apple pick up possession, eases past Bilbo, and here comes Devo in support over to Alpha. Is that an open net? It was, but Alpha misses his touch. I tell you what, if that had been a little bit more on target, that would have been a goal for Epsilon, but again...
Again, that shows the cockiness here
Yeah.
of Savage, though, to just send all 3 players upfield and not care about defense at all. They're 3-0, 1 minute remaining, and they're just looking for a highlight reel-worthy goal.
Bilbo helps it down to Sebadam. They go back to move forward. Cheerio gets a nice double touch, actually. Is this going to be their first goal? No, the crossbar denies them. And here comes the counter-attack. Alpha. Is he going to beat out Sebadam? No. Hold strong.
There were not enough there. It relies upon the third man, Cheerio, and unfortunately, he's just flopping about. Has to bring in for a 50-50, and this is more of the plays that we've been wanting from Epsilon, is those very close, bring in for 50-50s, and then charge it downfield. Notice how Cheerio is able to pick the boost and then jump downfield.
How? That's cockiness. And they still got back.
Like, at what point, like, do they get punished here for all this cockiness?
Finally.
There. Jeez, it felt like just massive disrespect. And there, Bluey's putting it in chat, just the savage. That's what it is.
That was a triple commit we saw, and they didn't even care. And to be fair, why
They've got
would
two
you?
goals ahead and 10 seconds remaining. I don't think you can throw that, can you?
You know what? Text chat says it all. Spams of memes, spams of the team names. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And Savage are laughing their way through to the next stage. They don't have to play Rocket League again today, Bacon. They're home and dry. For Epsilon, they drop into the losers bracket.
Yeah, Epsilon still have some work to do today, and Savage, well, they're going to be able to go to bed earlier and, dream those sweet neon dreams before anyone else. That's always a good thing to do. But for us, we're going to be moving on into lower bracket, into the first round of lows, seeing a couple of those teams that unfortunately got knocked out earlier. Who do we have coming up on stream next, Iralik?
I don't know. I think we should have Getafe and MCon, I believe. Yep. We shall double check that, of course. We need to see the results for ourselves, but you will see them with us, and you will see more excellent Rocket League coming up. We will be back in 5. Don't go away.
In the night. In the night.
Welcome back to the Neon Dream here at Rewind RL, of course, sponsored by the lovely people over at Psyonix. It's time to head into the losers bracket, and we have got a bit of a barnstormer coming up. We've got Getafe up against MCon, so thank goodness we were correct.
Yeah.
And these are two teams, Bacon, which, by the way, he's Bacon, I'm Myra Leak. Lovely to make your acquaintance.
If you didn't know, names down below and all of that. Wow.
Oh, wow, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Never mind. I'm cheesy, never mind me.
Mine's a little dusty, get rid of that.
Two interesting teams here. Getafe, this is by far the farthest that they've ever made it in a Renegade Cup monthly competition. They had 2 forfeits in the Rocket Baguette Grand Prix and the Rocketeers Thunderdome, so starting to fulfill some potential. As for MCon, however, they have done well in previous attempts, but they've lost out to those RLRS, RLCS caliber teams. So a tale of two teams which really I'd be expecting to go to a Game 5.
Yeah, so the league play stage where everyone was sort of like split out really favoured MCon. Not only that, but they did hit home running, like coming out second, only to Savage did they lose. And yeah, they've just been keep on going with the rolls. But now, this is... They dropped to Savage earlier on, didn't
Yes.
they? MCon? And now
Oh, no.
we're sort of
that was
like looking-
Monaco. MCon, Getafe dropped to Method, and
MCon lost to... I swear it's Savage.
no, Savage beat Monaco 3-1.
Is it XL? We'll have to have a look at bracket.
XL beat MCon,
Yeah,
and
there
then
we
by the
go.
way, the other side of the winners bracket, Method beat XL. So we know that Method and Savage, they're both through to tomorrow.
That's first game of stream, I think, tomorrow, isn't it? Or...
No,
because we've got the losers, which are the best of 5 minutes, all best of 7s going through.
You are correct, but Method versus Savage, that's a hot and tasty one for tomorrow. Today, we've got 2 teams. They've lost to 2 teams that you'd expect them to lose to. At the same time, it's also last chance to lose. So a lot of factors playing into these players' minds. If they go out here,
yeah,
that's
everything
it.
is an elimination match from now on. And these 2 teams, like, you expect them to be very much head-to-head, that same level. But for me, irony, I'm looking at this and going, Getafe, it's that purely Spanish factor where they can just completely upset even the best teams.
I agree entirely. And I look at someone like Mark by 8, Nachatao. You know, these are 2 guys.
Even Mr. Oob, who came out of nowhere.
Right, exactly. You know, it's a team of people that can do something special. MCon, they're a solid unit. Mike Boy, though, Justice, they work together well as a team. The question is, are they going to slip up on this banana peel? Very much a team that's been caught in the midfield of the bubble scene and the RLRS scene. Here in the Renegade Cup, can they progress further? We're going to find out once again here on DFH Stadium. It's going to be Getafe in the blue and MCon in the orange. And we're going to have Mr. Oob here. A soft touch off the backboard, wins the 50-50 challenge, wins another challenge immediately. MCon being closed down. Mark by 8. Rolls it round the corner, though with an odd touch, and it's going to allow Nachatao here to move his way onto the backboard. Misses galore by MCon. No one there punishing. Mark by 8 onto the backboard. Is there a follow-up? Finally, no. Mike Boy gets it away.
And now pressure being set up here by Getafe. Look at that, not even being able to get past the midfield line. Good little bumps and blocks here. And once again, Mr. Oob just putting that pressure on. It feels like they just keep on grinding away until they get a good opportunity. That one just not good enough, it seems.
Mr. Oob will lob this one up. Follows it with the aerial. Though, the challenge lost ultimately. Justice away, and those going to be there to bring it out of the orange half. The blue team are in full rotation though. And that's an equal 50-50 challenge, though Mike Boy in support has all the time in the world to get it off the backboard. Justice misses the touch. I think it was a slight misdirect by Mark by 8 there to ensure that that one didn't get any more perilous than it was already. Mark by 8 coming in here from Mr. Oob's pass, and Justice was there to meet the ball.
You picked up on the point there earlier. It's all the time in the world. Oh, you can't be doing that. And, well, this one, even if you had all the time in the world, it wouldn't happen because, look, Foe just instantly round Nachatao, and then Mike Boy straight onto it. The close follow-up shadow place can really dismantle teams when they think you're going for those long passes.
And so MCon, I would argue, despite being under pressure for the majority of this first minute and a half or so, picking up the first goal. And I'm sure that's going to slightly annoy Getafe, although there's plenty left in the tank, as shown by Nachatao, who forces, though, into a rather miraculous save. Ball. Tell you what, that was Whisker's wife from going in for a second, and though he's got all of the boost in the world, and unfortunately for Getafe, forced into an own goal.
Yeah, he did have all the boost in the world, and he did something a little bit extra on top, and unfortunately it was an extra touch, but not from him. It is unfortunate. 2-0 in MCon's favour. A goal's a goal. They don't care how it's scored.
And I can't believe the scoreline is 2-0. The direction of play just hasn't suggested that this is an MCon 2-0 game. And yet,
all build-up is in favour of Getafe, isn't it?
They've just been working super well, and then like a sucker punch almost. MCon have come in, Justice there picking up the Saviour medal. He has been doing a lot of work back there in the first couple of minutes. Down from Nachatao, though with the easy save. Mr. Oob is back, gets it over one. Here comes Nachatao off the sidewall, beaten to it by Mike Boy. Mark by 8 is going to be up close and tries to get the second touch, but a massive boomer of a shot down by, who was that in the end? Justice? And Nachatao with a save. They are really playing the counter-attacking game harder, MCon, and it is working a treat.
Yeah, but Getafe, they're getting close to the mark. They just need a finishing hit to put it down. Because essentially what they're doing right now is moving the ball off that backboard and around the defenders, trying to pull one out. And unfortunately, those defenders are just reading the placements well and intercepting. MCon near enough have a direct counter in playstyle to their opponents. But it can falter. You know, you can't save every hit. Mistakes happen.
Though, forces Mark Bates into probably using a little bit more boost than he would have liked. The ball ricocheting now over to the corner. Down to nobody one in particular. There we go. That's James using two words once again. Same meaning. Get your teeth in, mate.
Two birds, one stone. Don't really work in this situation.
No, it does not. Would have thought I'd learned. Though, gets it over one, but Mark by 8 was covering. Mike Boy into the corner, straight into the hands of Mark by 8. Is someone there on the follow? Yes, they are. Nachitow up high. Here goes Mr. Rube up high, but Tho rose higher and faster, gets it away, and now for the counter-attack. Nachitow only gets a slight touch. Here comes Mr. Rube, tries to redirect it towards goal, only redirects it towards Justice, and the ball sticks around in the corner for now.
Yeah, for a lad that's got the same name as like a Dragon Ball Z character, he's not really showing massive power, is he, on this team yet? And it's all coming down, like I said, because MCon are just countering everything they do. You notice he's going for these big long hits downfield, and unfortunately they're getting intercepted. Little hits like that straight away. Players onto it from the opposition. They can't help it here. MCon just have Getafe's number. This almost looks like they've done the research and homework into their playstyle, which generally in this sort of case, in this sort of tournament, you'd be doing the research from the RL, RS teams, not those of the same level as you.
And to be fair, Bacon, if they have done it, then they've really done themselves good credit, MCon, I feel. Like, you should do this sort of research, because it is the bubble teams that are going to potentially slip you up the most, I'd say.
French fries last in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Went all the way to the grand
beforehand.
Final. Yep. And Justice with an individual play really seals the deal. He just glided past everyone, Bacon, and for Getafe, it's back to the drawing board.
Yeah, really did aerial goals to Justice here. Like that aerial dribble, lovely.
And so 10 seconds left on the clock. I'd say this one is as good as over. So
wrapped up, ready for Christmas, under the tree and everything.
They've beaten the crowds, Bacon, but how on earth do Getafe beat MCon from here? Because their passing play, their build-up play was very impressive. They were putting together some nice plays, and yet I'm really curious to see the final stats board here to see what the shot count is, because I imagine Getafe didn't get that much away. They did, to be fair, 6-5 for MCon, so one less for MCon, and yet they scored 3 goals to nothing.
So what I'm looking at here for Getafe to improve on is dribbles and shadow plays, a quick close follow-up, because all their clearances downfield weren't getting met. They were being beaten by the ball. So what do? You keep it to yourself. You keep that control play, which then just counteracts that whole strategy that MCon were playing. And it means MCon then have to change up as well. You're sort of like resetting everything to a 50-50 state then, because both teams have to come out with a new play style.
So into game number 2 then. And I feel like all hope is not lost for Getafe. I get the impression that if they had scored a goal, then we might have been looking at a very different game of Rocket League there, because Getafe, they would have grown in confidence rather than growing frustrated. Nachitow millimeters away from putting that one away, and Mark by 8 as well, forcing Mike Boy into an early save, looking to start game number 2 off strong here. Mr. Rube on his own, trying to bait out, Tho does so, and he gets the goal himself. That is an outstanding piece of play from Mr. Rube. He popped off in 1.
I question his power in the last game, but no, this is him going full-blown Super Saiyan on the pitch. What a little play from Oob there. Amazing.
That is a confidence booster. That's a huge confidence booster for Getafe.
It's a statement as well.
Yep. I tell you what, who needs passing plays? Who needs to try and craft something tricky when you can do that on your own? Brilliant work, and Getafe now, they've got to hammer home the advantage.
What did I say during the break? Bring in those dribbles, because it's really going to throw off. And you can now see MCon's answer here is big long clears downfield. Basically try and make it so they've got as much space to work with. It's interesting how these two teams are really on the spot using their mental.
Oh, Mark Boy. Mark Boy? Mike Boy with a banger.
Mike and Mark. Mark and Mike.
Mike and Mark.
The boy.
The banger. 110 kph bacon.
Nuts.
Sweet. And so, as much as we can talk about Getafe having a great start, that was a bit of a cheap goal to give away, especially still within the first minute. It shows MCON basically, hey, doesn't matter whether we can go behind. If we still play our game, we should win this. And Justice, oh, getting the underside of his car there, and so close to a 2-1 there. I'd argue it really should have been. And oh, off the crossbar, a miss there, and Mark by 8 saves their bacon.
Yep, and that's so lucky for Mark. Good response, don't get me wrong, good reactions to be able to quickly hop onto that. And then Nachital just being able to chase it downfield, blocking the ball all the way home. But they've got to find a goal now, because we've seen how MCON can just respond goal after goal in the last game. Quickly get those dribbles in, good communication. Demo as well from Nachital there is an interesting choice. But unfortunately, it's just not got the goal.
To the side, it's going to be picked up by Nachital. He doesn't get the best touch, but he does stall the ball just a little bit longer. Marked by 8 using a lot of boost there to keep it there. And this is an open net for Though to shoot at. Marked by 8 stranded in the corner. Pass back to Mike Boy, who tries to get it underneath the crossbar. Doesn't so. Nachital gets the block. Here comes Though into the corner. And luckily for Getafe, it seems like MCON was getting a little bit too wound up in their own plays, Bacon. They get away with it.
Yeah, they're getting wound up in plays, but that's only 2 out of the 3 players. If you haven't looked at it, there's always a third man rotating back to keep that safety. MCON are playing a perfect little rotationary style. They're not leaving any openings.
Something that cannot be said the same for Getafe there.
Where is that bait for Getafe? Are they trying to draw in these long hits so that they can get a hold of the ball and then dribble it downfield or something?
It's a risky game, that's for sure. Nachital up high. He does get a challenge on those ball, though it still continues forward and back once again. Justice beaten by Mr. Rube. Nachital around the corner on Though. Gets the block as well. Mark by 8 was rotating back. Didn't really anticipate that challenge coming in. And Mike Boy does well to dispossess Mark by 8. Stop the shot from coming away. Mike Boy over to the side, Though wasn't there quick enough, but Justice helps it forward. Over the top of Mark by 8. Though down to Justice, but Mr. Rube was quick on his feet and brings it out into the orange half once more.
Yeah, you can see now that boost is becoming a little bit of an issue for MCON purely because they're not focusing on it. It's really interesting. No one's playing the boost game as in control over it, but MCON now are prioritizing getting the small little boost pass and just enough. It means the little opportunities they're not able to reach, and it's why you'll notice they'll suddenly just slow the game down, and it's because they can't get to the ball.
Mark Bay is going to throw this one over to the opposite corner, straight back in from Mike Boy, although Mark by 8 will make the save, and Nachital now going to get this one away. Justice, great interception, instantly kills that attack, and Though probably should have been a little bit more on target there. It's another chance gone to Beggin, and it's allowed Getafe onto the counter-attack once again. Ball up high, dealt with by Mike Boy. Here comes Mark by 8, gets it over 1. Justice was back there. Nachital looking to get the challenge. Does so, back into the danger zone, away once again, Mark by 8 straight on the scene, and Justice misses his touch, but Mike Boy will get it over 1. Is he going to get it round the corner as well? No, Nachital was there.
Yeah, good read there from Nachital, once again getting that block, slowing the game down, and leaves it for Mr. Oob. But once again, no one onto that, and the boy gets a second.
There was no chance to react. Justice saw Mike Boy in the corner of his eye, and Mark by 8 was helpless as he rotated back. 30 seconds left. Lead established for MCON. It is the first time they've taken the lead all game, and what a great time to do it as well.
Yeah, new fastest goal of the night as well, 126 kph. Damn, that's going to be a hard one to break.
Justice going to go up high. All MCON really needs to do now is stall. Though, straight back to sender. Mark by 8 over to the corner. Again, MCON not really looking to pressure as hard as they were. They've got the goal that they needed. Mike Boy straight into the center. Surely it's going to be number 3. Indeed, Justice picks it up, and MCON, they're going to move on to match point, Bacon.
Right, Aralik, you've got the pen, you've got the pad. Let's confirm it in now. Game 2 going to MCON as well, and match point now into their favor. He actually ticked it, ladies and gentlemen.
I did.
I love it when
I do
people-
actually have pen. I do actually have paper. I come prepared. I promise, folks. I'm not doing this off the cuff, even though I'm a commentator.
Yeah.
It's all scripted. Getafe need to flip the script, though, Bacon. The ball will eventually hit the ground. There we go. MCON confirmed officially as winners of this game, 2-0 up in the series. It's almost like the same problems for Getafe. They came so close yet so far, and when MCon gained the advantage, there was no chance for a response.
So right at the start of the game, when Getafe are looking like the hot stuff, basically, it was because they changed up the strategy, and then they just fell back into old ways of just playing those long hits. It weren't walking. So when it comes down to Getafe, they've got to do that and then change it up into a third strategy, because that number one ain't working. Number two, MCon can cancel out.
Yeah.
They're just not allowing them to get close to each other. They're taking the boost away and all of that jazz. They've got to find a third strategy now, which for me, bring in the demos, bring in boost control, and just basically boost management on top and control it all. Basically, make sure that those middle boost pads are Getafe's. MCon, they're not even going to get to sniff them, I think.
Because there was a strong period in the game, actually, where the boost management was there from Getafe, and MCon were really limited on their offensive chances. And then it was just that brilliant passing play down from Justice to Mike Boy. It's the passing plays that we were perhaps expecting from Getafe to score on MCon. They beat them at their own game. And so, yes, they do need to find a third option. Bring out the demo plays. I'd agree with you. It's time for the Hail Mary, as Getafe have...
All or nothing now.
All or nothing now, yeah. I'd say one chance. Of course, if they do win this, then they're looking for the reverse sweep to try and secure their hopes and dreams in the Neon Dream further. But here we go then, game number 3. And it's going to be Nachitao. Falls into the front bumper of Justice there. Mr. Rube over to the side, trying to find Nachitao. Mr. Rube looking to go around the corner. A touch there from Justice. The ball still dangerously loitering. Up high once again. That was a brilliant play. I'm not sure who got the bump on Mark by 8, but it guaranteed a clear.
It worked. Like, that was really weird with the director camera. I wish we could see it from different angles so much that I'm actually going to save it afterwards and have a little look at it later, just because I want to see how that works. It was very interesting. It looked very clean. It was unusual.
Oh, Mr. Rube. Oh, almost gets the touch, and Nachitao. Oh, denied by the beans on toast there. The crossbar and the post rattling. And Nachitao over to the front. Our broadcaster, he doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's a football reference. Search up English things and search up Mike Boy, because he was close to his first of game number 3.
And Justice not going to be able to get onto that. Good block here. And the ball moving downfield from Oob. But again, giving over way too much space. Bad prediction there. But I'm liking that he is being able to carry on, but it's just purely because of pure ferocity and desperation.
Oh, helped on my bike. And those straight back in. Nachitao forced back. Oh, that was a loose shot away. And Getafe survived to say another day, to live another day. Making saves still are Getafe. Open net. Defense MIA.
I think this letter got missed in the post or something. It arrived at the wrong address because, oh me oh my, no one got the note that someone has to be back in defense.
And so Getafe, after being under the cosh for the first almost 2 minutes now, they pick up a goal in a very similar fashion, I guess, to MCon
the first
in
goal in game number 2, though.
They did.
Remember that? They're not out of the woods yet. They don't have game number 3. Another goal would put me to a little bit more rest, and they definitely look like they want it. It's not found.
Nachitao was a little bit conservative there. The net was gaping. The goal number 2 for Getafe. Didn't end up going in, whatever the case. Justice over to Mike Boy. The clearance is strong. Nachitao there to meet it in midfield. Mr. Rube and Mark by 8 both trying to do good ideas, but ultimately both of them failing in the attempt. Nachitao into the center. Justice will get this touch away. Mr. Rube helps it on to Nachitao, though gets the challenge in. Mark by 8 to the side. Easily dealt with by Justice and helped on by Tho. Nachitao once again further back. And I noticed that Getafe now, all of a sudden, there is always someone back to bring the ball away. Because goodness, don't they need this point?
Yeah, they're literally hard-forcing this and all. Good stuff, Mr. Uber's there. So I always say have 2 players back in defense, one to go up and intercept, the second to be back in net in case things just don't go so right. And there was the proof in the pudding.
Justice fires one on target. Oob over to the corner. And it's going to be Mike Boy who wins the challenge. It's going to go on target. It's going to go in.
and that results in a goal. An equaliser, a fantastic one in that. Unfortunate there for Mark Bay, but Mike, well, he had his number and knew exactly what to do.
I think it was going to go in anyway, but style. Of course, you don't win style points in the Renegade Cup, but you do win them in our hearts.
Yeah.
And once again, a very similar situation unfolding before us. Getafe, 1 up, lose the lead almost immediately. And if there has ever been a last chance saloon of last chance saloons, then this is it. Nachitao on his own was read by Justice, who brings it over to the sidewall. Mark by 8 is going to beat Tho to the ball, but Mike Boy is going to beat Nachitao. Mr. Rube down to Nachitao. It goes wide.
We've got to remember as well, these were both the second picks for their respective orgs. MCON from Scorpio, Tech and Leon Forces have picked up Getafe. So, you know, this isn't their strongest teams, but here one of them has to go. And of course, the organizations, they're looking behind them. You know, the corporations are looking at them and going, you better not lose, boys. We want as many men through to the next round.
Though, oh, he's got Mr. Rube for company. Oh, it rattles the crossbar and it goes in. Justice once again punishing on a mistake, on lackadaisical defending here from Getafe. The writing's on the wall, Bacon, and it's not good.
Yep, that was a lonely linger, that one, just in front of net, no one near it. And of course, it just had to be one of the MCON lads to come and put that away. 2-1 in MCON's favor. And this is a result that Getafe do not want, they do not need, they cannot have it. They've got to get a goal. Everything is just going to get thrown out the window now.
Mark by 8.
And blimey, good thing that window is wide enough.
Slid it into the bottom corner. Let's check this play out. Nachitao, it ricochets off though. And Mark by 8 could not have placed that any more perfectly. Threading the needle, 30 seconds on the clock, a lifeline.
We're going to see a goal, or is it going to be the first overtime of the night? Guys in chat, type out, what are your predictions? We need to know.
Though, I wondered whether that was going in slightly, and I'm pretty sure that in defense Mark by 8 was as well. 10 seconds remain on the clock then for one of these teams to try and find a final breakthrough, a game breaker, so to speak. Up high, Mike Boy gets it over Rube, but it only goes to the side, and Mark by 8's going to try and pinch this one off. Oh, it's just, no, he doesn't have any boost to work with. We are into OT, and Getafe, they are hanging on by the skin of their teeth. They absolutely need to find a goal. Otherwise, you'd probably say, Bacon, that they didn't. Oh my goodness, how on earth? They almost got it. They almost got it, basically.
And they weren't expecting it. It just comes down to pure reactions in those sort of situations. A good little demo comes up. Wait. I thought Nachitao was going to go for a play. Instead, he was going for the stall.
Mr. Rube came in hot there. Oh, yeah. I worried about that. Oh, Nachitao on target with the read as well. Savior medal for Mike Boy, and Mark by 8 gets an extra touch off the sidewall, as does Mike Boy, though. Mark by 8 gets this one away. Nachitao chases, looks to get it past Justice. Kinda does. It ricochets back out into the midfield, so Mr. Oob is going to pick this one up. Down from the top of the cage, beaten by Tho, and Mike Boy had the ball stolen out the clutches of his hands by Nachitao. That needed to happen, and Mark by 8 going to have another shot on target. Nachitao with the bump in net. How on earth did they get away with that one?
For once, the announcer could be very much right. What a save indeed. Brilliant work. Nachitao as well being able to track that out. What a pinch going straight downfield. Nachitao.
Oh, what were you doing?
Risky business, but it holds.
What were you doing? Just suicide.
It's fine. Just hold it in. We're not scared. You're scared.
So it comes down to Justice now. Mr. Rube saving his boost, conserving his boost. Some risky plays from both sides as they try to find a winner. Nachitao on target and beaten away by Justice. In comes Mark by 8 now, looking for Mr. Rube to try and slide it under. He misses his touch. Now to Mike Boy. Nachitao over to the side. You can see Tho already up on the side wall though. Looking to get this one on target. Mark by 8 with a good touch over to the side. Justice, though, off the backboard. Nachitao over Mike Boy. Already on the move is marked by 8. Down to Mr. Rube, who gets it high. Does he get the second touch? No, because though is there. Here comes Nachitao once again now. Siege mode enabled for Getafe as they try to force through a winner. Marked by 8. Only finds Mike Boy. It gets around Mark by 8, and Mr. Rube is helpless as now back down the other side it comes. Nachitao, dangerous ball. Marked by 8 there again, still dangerous ball. Mr. Rube conserving boost as best he can. Gets the Saber medal in there as well. And finally, marked by 8, able to get it away.
The prediction plays, oh me, oh my, oh damn, they have been good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a massive commitment. No, no,
Oh,
no,
and
it's a goal.
Getafe, get out of here.
That's it, Getafe. Not good enough, lads. It's the Scorpio Tech lads that are going to be going on through to the next round. Unfortunately, it is going to be Leo Forces that lose one of their teams.
That was frustration, Bacon. The overcommit was so telling.
Blimey.
And you know what? MCon, they were scrambling, but as soon as they saw that opportunity open, they went for it. And marked by 8, no player in that position is quick enough to get back that quickly. MCon, they survive another day. They move into the losers bracket semi-finals. As for Getafe, they become our first team to drop out from the Confederation Cup.
It's unfortunate, but someone has to drop. That's essentially it. Like, at the end of the day, it's a competition. You get one winner, and the rest are all losers. Like, that feels blooming harsh, I've just realised. But
they're winners in their own ways. They tried.
You got to think, when you're coming up here, Getafe coming into the scene very new, not much, you know, under their belt already. And they're sort of here coming up to this stage, making top 8, getting past so many good teams. Like, you know, Reason Game and all of that, and you're just there going, Getafe, good run. Next month when you come back, not allowed to say who's running next month actually, so that's a bit of an awkward one. But next month when you come back for the January Renegade Cup Monthly, oh boys, we expect some good things from you.
I look forward to it. And you guys in the audience, you've got one more series to look forward to as well. For us, our night is over. It's time to eat pizza. But for Switchblade J and for Mr. Craftman, they're coming on the comms to bring to you Monaco Esports up against XL Esports. It was a big loss for them against Method in the winners bracket. They're going to be looking for the losers bracket run. Will it begin here? Find out in 5. Take care.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get into our final match of the day. It's XL on the board here for this one. Mr. Craftman is joining me here on the desk. I'm Switchblade J, and of course you're tuned into the Neon Dream Finals. The Corporation Clash is now ready to get going here. Crafters, I ain't seen you in a few weeks.
I've not seen you. It's been a long time coming for us to be back in the same room together here for the Confederation Cup, and we've seen a couple of great matches already. They've both been 3-0 sweeps, but oh my goodness, that MCon match that we just saw. What a series against Getafe.
It was a series, you know, like 3-0 doesn't even give it justice to the point where, I mean, it was like 3-2s overtimes, very, very close scorelines coming through.
That overtime could have ended in so many places. It was ridiculous, and then it was a disappointing, long, open counter-attacking goal.
I remember just the two of us sitting back behind the production booth, just like wowing and putting our hands in our faces, just like going insane. But hopefully we create some even more great memories out here for our last match of the day. Again, XL taking on MCon, was it? No, Monaco.
Monaco.
So MCon were in that. Sorry, you have to excuse me. I've been traveling all day. But yeah, XL taking on Monaco. This is a match that actually could get a little bit spicy, to be honest, Crafters, because there's one team that I feel like are on the way down versus a team that are on the way back up. It's all a case of how is that sort of like clash of the movements going to work out.
Yeah, of course. Monaco going through the group 6-1 in Star Force Gemini, only dropping that one game, so it makes them the 2 seed coming into this. Now they're on the brink of elimination and XL. They've just had one hell of a series off-stream against Methods, who obviously won GFEN last week, 2 weeks ago. But they got swept. It was 1-0, 1-0, 4-0 in favour of Methods. So XL are coming into the series without scoring a single goal in their last. That's going to be playing heavily on their minds coming into this. And I want to see them have a hot start against Monaco, because like you said, XL seem to be on the downswing at the moment, and Monaco are an up-and-coming rising team. Could see them making a run in rival series in the next series up, and through the monthly, of course, we've seen them throughout the Renegade Cup monthlies as well. So it's going to be interesting to see this, and I think if Monaco are to pull off, I would still call it an upset win if Monaco were to pull it off. This could be danger times for XL as a whole.
Yeah, and you sort of take a look at the way that XL have played things out over the recent couple of months. You know, obviously there's the recent tweets that have been coming through about the likes of Marquis being replaced in the starting roster. Breezy's now taken that position. There's a chance that XL might not even be known as XL by the end of the year. So, you know, there's some questions about this whole thing, about whether they'll be able to match up. Of course, the pressure is on for them. A nice placing here in the Neon Dream finals really needs to come to fruition, I do believe, here, Craftman. But of course, we'll see whether they'll be able to do so. On the other side, we've got Monaco. Again, as you say, it would be an upset, I believe, if they were able to take a victory.
Yeah, it still would be an upset, because XL are still a strong enough team, even without Marquis bringing in Breezy, like you said. The experiment has been working well. We saw them last week in the Corporation Clash. MCon actually almost took them down. I've got the score here. I think it was myself and Aralika who were watching that. Excuse me, it was IZK who almost took them to 5 games. XL coming through in the end with 4-2 victory in game number 5. But it was not an easy series for them, and Aralika has noticed this. We've all noticed this. XL may have gone undefeated through their corporation in Scorpio Tech, but they didn't do it the easy way. They did it with they dropped at least 1 game in every series that they played. So it's been tricky times for XL throughout the Neon Dream. Hopefully now in the Confederation Cup they correct those errors, and it'll be smooth sailing from now on, is the hope for them.
Yeah, even a couple of 3-game series coming through from XL. Obviously, me and Bacon were talking about that on Monday. So again, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of questions, a lot of things going on about whether they'll be able to mount up to the challenge. So I think we'll just throw it in. Let's just go straight into the matchup, I believe, here with XL versus Monaco Esports. As we go straight into the matchup, on the orange side, it will be the XL squad. Breezy, the new boy in AS Monaco. Over on the blue side of the court, Extra Sweeper and Yukis. I guess you're not aware, but I do believe that most people would be aware in this current state of mind. Here we go, Crafters. This is going to be one to watch, my personal one to watch, our final match of the day here. As we kick off for game 1 in our best of 5 series, it's already Yukis and Extra trying to take control in towards the first defensive pressure. And actually, Extra's going to pass back in. Oh, a great position, but Extra just can't quite recover to it. Fantastic play in off the kickoff for the part of Monaco. They just can't quite get the job done.
Early pressure from Monaco, putting XL in a tough position. Extra not able to get the touch, but it was tough regardless. But that early pressure from AS Monaco puts XL under so much pressure. But there comes Niels Cook from the side, out of nowhere. The pressure from Monaco slips. XL get the counter attack, and the dunk over Extra from Niels Cook was executed to perfection. XL go ahead.
Well, Niels Cook looks to be a revived man, obviously waiting down on his mind. He was the one that delivered the news about XL potentially not keeping their roster. So if there's any one man to have a fire lit up underneath him, it's certainly him. As already Pondex and Niels Cook combined for another passing play into the mid-center. Niels Cook going for a secondary shot. Very quick off the kickoff, and Swoopin will just be able to save it. Now Yukis coming back in over towards the orange corner. It's Pondex in towards the mid-center. All the same, going to try and carry his way all the way through. Extra will try and block it. Swoopin will try and pinch that off the wall. Won't be able to follow through all the way, but Yukis will set up Extra for a shot on target. Pondex takes it away. Yukis leaves the ball control to Swoopin, but does accompany it to the midfield. Try and keep this pressure going for the AS Monaco side.
And XL seem to be finding their rhythm a little bit more. They were pressured early in the first 10 seconds, but now they're starting to defend in the midfield like we've come to expect from them. And they're putting a lot of shots onto the Monaco net. But still, Monaco dealing with the pressure well, and they're getting some counter-attacks of their own. Could be one here as Yukis goes off the top wall. But not able to get anything as Breezy will take it away.
Not quite as accurate as they would have wanted to be on the AS Monaco side. They'll remain on the back foot past this early minute, but it's still 3.5 left to go. Yukis will get off the backboard. Breezy's got to take control away as Yukis gets demoed out, takes one crucial crutch away from the offensive, actually a little bit too close to the wall. Tries to back pass to his teammates, but no one in the mid-center is able to receive. Breezy and Niels Cook combine on the clears. Pondex comes back in from the center. Gets the ball back inside the box. It's going to be directly on target. Extra has to take it away. Niels Cook and Breezy continue that pressure going. Once again, off the corner. Pondex in with a shot, and no one's there to defend it. AS Monaco concede 2-0 to XL.
Clinical passing play from XL, and it just catches the defense off guard. You saw Yukis there rotating back in not too well. He should have came back in the back post, and he's just fumbling about in that front end, and it just allows XL the space to get into the middle and go 2 goals up very easily for XL at the moment.
Great kickoff start from Swoopin and Extra. Once again, can Extra get this shot? No, again it goes off the backboard. No third man to come in on the offensive line. They're starting to play a little bit scared now. The ball gets dangerously close towards that box. Once again, Breezy just maintaining that pressure. Swoopin comes around, swoops around towards the corner. Challenged once again by the XL players on the offensive line. Pondex out on the left-hand side will be cleared away by Yukis, but Breezy clears it right back directly on target. Extra's got to get control up in the aerial. Pondex passes into Niels Cook. Can't quite get the shot that he wanted to. Again, a little bit over with the angle, but Breezy still will challenge for it. Actually do get it past him. Pondex working on 50 points of boost now. Playing in on Niels Cook's side of things. Yukis comes up, gets the clear back away in that midfield. Ooh, Demo's come out. A great chance for Yukis. It goes to the backboard. Extra with one last chance, but it's chipped up by Niels Cook. Followed through by Swoopin, trying to recover the situation for AS Monaco. But again, they can't quite get the shot they need.
Now they're starting to hold possession of their own in the midfield, but just letting up for this one little bit against XL. You can't really let them have the space because you've seen what's happened when you've given XL enough space to work in your own half of the field. You just got to keep possession here. That's a great pass upfield from Yukis to Extra, but not able to execute the finish.
Yukis trying to maintain that pressure back in once again. Pondex and Niels Cook. Pressure now over towards the corner. Extra in with a chance. Inside Swooping into that mid position. We'll try to clear it back down towards the box. Yukis will try and accompany it, but he's blocked off by one defender. And slowly but surely, AS Monaco are running out of time. Again, Swooping setting up action towards that midfield, going for the secondary touch, but he's a little bit too far wide to the right-hand side. Swooping following through all the same. The Pondex will challenge him, just disrupt any sort of pressure that they can get together. Ball in from Breezy, Pondex in for the shot. Extra going to try and take it away, and we'll be able to get the save back to the AS Monaco side, keeping it at least a 2-goal difference, but that's just not good enough in this case. Not
good enough, and one thing I'm noticing from Monaco as well is they're going for a lot of these solo plays. I think they need to get their team more involved in the play because XL are defending well, and they're going to throw everything at their defense and keep this 2-goal lead as we tick into the final minute of this game number 1.
Yukis taking it away as there you go, the 60-second marker sounds. Extra out, Pondex back into the center. Swooping just got to take it away and will be able to do so. Next back around Breezy into the center once again. It's Pondex with control, trying to dribble it.
Oh,
no!
Oh,
okay.
Extra!
Just when you thought it was all over, Extra sweeps in and just about gets the clear away. Still got the pressure rolling for the XL side as Yukis maintains control towards the mid-center. Pondex going to keep that ball rolling, but Extra finally gets a shot off the backboard. Second touch denied by Breezy as he comes back in at a 30-second marker. And AS Monaco throwing everything they can at this backline, everything they can at this wall. One more pass in from Yukis and Swoopin as he controls it, but no, it's taken away by Pondex. And I think he may have just done enough. 15 seconds after they put a shot out towards the backboard. It won't go on target, but it doesn't matter. The final 10-second timer is about to tick away with XL applying that pressure. Looks like there's no chance for AS Monaco to equalize. It's game one, XL.
And in a game where defense is dominated, XL put the pressure right onto Monaco from the start. Yes, they had the ball in their own half for the first 10 seconds or so, but they relieved that well. And finally the ball hit the floor and XL will get the win confirmed there. And they will go 1-0 up in the series.
Very nicely played from them. Obviously, they are the more experienced squad. They've had a bit more time up at the top end of the scene. Obviously, playing in the RLCS, the RLRS, etc. You know, they've been the ones that have been at the forefront of the scene when it comes to this particular matchup. Obviously, AS Monaco a little bit less experienced in that regard, but it's still gonna be a relatively close one. Again, 2-0 is not the worst scoreline to be down upon. You know, there's still plenty of chances to open up if you're AS Monaco. They just have to try and turn it around in this second game. They know how XL are going to play. They know what kind of form they're on right now. It's a case of adjusting and meeting this second game and possibly even a few more.
And Monaco didn't play badly, in my opinion. I think XL just played much better at a higher level and more consistently, as well as Pontex tries to make something happen within the first 5 seconds. But Monaco, I think what they need to do is just hold on to this ball a little bit longer, because they're giving up possession way too easily to XL. They're not utilising the entirety of their team. But why would you if you can just go right off the backboard yourself with Yukis, but not able to finish it off? And that is one of the other key improvements that Monaco need to make. They need to be able to finish plays when they get it into a good position to make a goal. They're just not finishing off, and XL are quick to it to get that one away.
So close towards that line. What plays coming in from the AS Monaco side? Niels Cook follows through. Extra missing out his chance. Breezy and Niels Cook combine to put it over to the blue side corner. Swoopin have to get off this area as now Pondex comes into the midfield. Swoopin takes that control away. Second touch, leave it up for Extra, but challenged again by XL players as they take all the control that they can, punish every single mistake they can against the AS Monaco side. The shot will come through from Breezy, close to the line, but Extra will be able to take it away. Now Breezy challenging as Yukis goes for a shot. Niels Cook able to push that one further to the left-hand side and get the save overall. Breezy actually sets up Extra. This could be a chance to bump. It's not quick enough from
wide
Swoopin
open
as it is returned away. It is wide open, but Yukis just back far enough in time. Pass back in from Pondex. Breezy there to receive. Niels Cook there in the midfield to try and block it from going any further into that orange half. So Yukis comes up, Swoopin with a chance. Extra to disrupt it. Yukis with one final opportunity to bumps out, and now there really is no one in the net. No one able to return. XL scored a first in game 2.
It may have been a stroke of luck here for XL, but Pontex was going upfield and he bumps away the attacking player from Monaco, not able to get up to it in time, and Niels Cook wide open net, and XL take the first lead here in game number 2, just like in game number 1. But Monaco feeling the heat right now. They've not scored in game number 1 or game number 2 so far, so plenty of pressure on them. Makes a difference from XL, where they didn't score in the series at all against Method. It's a little bit of redemption for them now.
Ball out, Extra touching in. Yukis away into the box it will go. Pondex, shot missed. Breezy comes back over from the corner. Extra able to beat Pondex to the ball. Niels was a bit too far back. He's got to put this way out of Discord, and he will be able to do so, but it's a little bit of a dangerous ball, and AS Monaco are just getting those chances, but they're too circumstantial to actually run up towards a play and something that works out for them. Instead, Pondex and Co just take easy control as he controls the ball back into the box. I'm trying to go for a solo play. Breezy sets it up once again. And Swoopin and Yukis who have to double commit to try and clear it back down the other side of the field. Pondex is already in position to receive it. We go past this halfway marker. Another chance set up for Niels Cook. The ball goes out to the left-hand side. Yukis will be able to find a shot against it. Breezy back into the mid-center. Pondex not far forward enough to take the shots in, but again, he still just backs off and maintains that control, maintains that pressure that XL can just keep rolling, and AS Monaco will have no chances to score against it.
One thing I think XL are doing really, really well is controlling the pace of the game here. They're making sure that Monaco are not first to the ball. And when they want to slow it down, they're able to slow it down and get back. But here's a wide open opportunity as Monaco were just fully overcommitting, trying everything they possibly could to get a touch on the ball. And it's just great passing ability once again from the entire XL side. And Niels Cook will be the one to send it home and make it a 2-goal lead.
Dictating the pace, as you were saying, dictating how far forward it seems the AS Monaco side are going to push. 2-0 in game 2, similar to the way it was in game 1 as the ball goes out towards that corner. Again, the kickoff going, well, starting things off at least in the initial aggressive force,
goodness.
but Niels Cook, just saved by Extra. Pondex will still put it close. The ball goes out towards that corner. That could have been a stellar play to get a third on the board for the XL side. This double touch will just go past the line from Breezy, though, as XL show exactly what they're made of here.
And once again, just pressure from the midfield. Not enough for Monaco to deal with. And you saw Extra just going straight up onto the backboard to save that. He didn't go up on the wall. He just flew straight up. And that puts him in a dangerous position. And Breezy was just able to take advantage of that fully. Easily enough for the lead for XL. And that's kind of what we expected here throughout the first couple of games. My question going forward for Monaco is, how can they counteract this? How can they slow the game down to their own pace and make XL play at their own?
Ball in, Yukis with a shot, bumps out, second chance, Extra comes up, it's a little bit too high. The 3-man play, the 4-shot play, everything thrown at the wall again for AS Monaco, but their best chances still wasted against the XL side. As the defense comes through, the inaccuracy hurts them. Swoopin will try and recover the situation here at the minute marker, but it's just not going to happen. Extra's going to get forced to back off, just about push this ball out of position on the first. But Breezy going to beat Yukis again, going to keep that in the midfield as XL just maintain ball dominance at a minute on the clock. Serious work to be done. The AS Monaco want to turn this around, and again they've overcommitted. Again Pondex will exploit. Again he'll get a double touch off the backboard. It's 4-0 for the XL side.
And the key word in what you just said there was again, overcommitments all the time from Monaco. They are starting to get into desperation mode, is what I like to call it. When you go 2-0 down, maybe that's a little bit too early, and they're just giving up so much possession, and XL are wise to the ball every single time, and they're not giving Monaco an inch, whereas they're giving XL an absolute mile.
Ball out from Pondex, Breezy in the follow through off this backboard perhaps. No, pushed away by Extra. Trying to maintain some sort of control for AS Monaco, but this has just been a bloodbath and not in the good sense for that blue side of the court. XL taking full control. Yukis in action with a chance now, and again it's too far wide. Swooping the follow through. Pondex saves it. What do you have to do to get a goal in the back of the net if you're AS Monaco? It's been XL all the way through game 1, XL all the way through game 2. As the final countdown ticks by, it looks like it's going to be a match point for these boys as they try and stay alive here in our lower bracket.
Yeah, and it will touch the ground, and XL will be one game away from going through to tomorrow, and with one more chance left in the Confederation Cup for AS Monaco. It's disappointing. We would say we built them up as this on-the-rise team. Extra Yukis and Swoopin, they've been doing so well.
It turns out that they're not quite as on the rise as we would have hoped,
apparently.
apparently.
Maybe not, especially when you're going up against XL.
We have vastly misestimated their chances against the XL side, and apparently, fair enough, to be honest. I mean, I was sort of having in the back of my head the idea that XL would be able to beat Matt on this one and be able to make it work relatively confidently. Obviously, they've been on shaky ground with Marky Dudo on their roster. That's the key thing. Breezy has been full front and center throughout the course of this series right now, so he's looking hot. They're looking hot. Right now, AS Monaco is struggling to deal with it. Craftman, in this situation, like, what do you say they have to do to try and break the line, try and get at least a game on the board?
Well, whenever XL have not given them too many chances, but the chances that AS Monaco have had in the orange half of the field, they've not taken full advantage of. But 4 seconds into the game, Swoopin, some might call it luck, some might call it skill, but that is a pinch off of Pondex, and XL was not prepared for it. And AS Monaco take their first lead of the entire series.
All right. Okay. Fair enough, Swoopin. Fair enough. Nice start. But let's see if you can muster up the rest of it to go against the likes of Niels Cook, who gets just as good a touch on the challenge of the kickoff. Swoopin will be able to save it. Extra going to try and come through. XL are on the back foot, but they've got a full matchup ahead of them to essentially turn it all the way around. Ball goes back in for Swoopin. Extra can't quite beat Breezy to the ball and still return it back over. Yukis Out towards the corner, takes it past the first man and the second. Good ball control on his part. Sets up the ball to try to see if he can dunk it right down against Niels Cook. Oh, we set it up for extra. Extra to respond and get a shot on target. It's too wide though. And the same problems, although they had a stellar start towards this game, the same issues are going to crop up for the AS Monaco side. Ball goes back in towards that midfield. Breezy trying to control it. Ukis will steal the boost and try and play on extra. They have got a lot of early pressure in this orange half, but again, if it doesn't amount to a goal, it doesn't mean nothing.
Absolutely, you hinted on it there. They've just not been finishing chances throughout this entire series. And that was another one squandered. Could have easily been a 2-0 lead already for Monaco. And now it's going to be a 2v2 as Pondex puts it into the corner for AS Monaco to deal with. But this time, Monaco look to be having someone in the middle. Extras up. There comes Ukis.
No!
Can't get the touchdown. And once again, can't finish plays. Extra puts the too-soft a shot on. And Niels Cook was already there. No chance XL was not going to let that one in.
That is
Monaco, my oh my, you got to be faster than that.
That is so frustrating to watch because it was right there. It's the most unsatisfying thing. You see the man come up, come up, come up. The ball's right there. It's stationary. You dunk it down, you get the goal. But to see that not come through, it's just like, come on, guys. Monaco are, again, having the same issues from the last couple of games. They are in the lead. They can hold on to that for at least 2 minutes in this matchup. Ball in towards the centre. Pondex going to take it away. Ukis misses again. Swooping will put a slow ball on target, and Pondex should be able to take it away. Breezy follow through with a clear towards the mid-centre. Will try and carry it all the way down. Niels will also miss out on swooping, so their defensive challenges are getting better as well for the AS Monaco side. It's all that offensive that's really letting them down. We'll go back over to their side corner. Extra challenge onto Breezy's position. Pondex steals the 100 boost in the back line in the back corner. Now Pondex gets his chance on net. Shoots directly in. Extra will take it away. Turn it over to Ukis in the midfield, but no third man able to receive towards that midfield as the pass is out towards open space. Breezy sets up Niels Cook. Back off the backboard. Extra's got to take that away. Unfortunately, he will be able to do so.
And what I'm picking up here as well is Monaco, they are being pressured in their own half quite a lot, but they're not clearing effectively. They're just clearing downfield and leaving all these loose balls in the middle of the field for XL to pick up. And then they just go right back to their tight-knit plays to XL. Monaco need to start utilising everyone in the field, not just their opponents, but themselves as well. And they need to start holding on to this ball a little bit more, because XL are just going to take it away from them every single time.
Extra getting close to the marker once again. Niels Cook take it away with a slow ball. Now follow it through all the way towards the blue half and try and return fire. Suyuki's there to save, following through with the boost. Able to read out on Breezy's shot. Nice stuff, but now Niels Cook's got a challenge against Swooping. Pondex misses his chance, a little bit of inaccuracy. Now Extra's got a chance against Breezy, but he can't push it far forward enough. Bouncing off into the corner, back into the danger box. Ukis can't quite challenge on towards him. Still will try and disrupt the ball in. Still a good pinch with a commitment from Niels Cook, but Extra able to save it. What a save it is. Ball out towards that midfield. Ukis off the backboard. Breezy is going to just push this out of position. No second man able to take the receive, however. AS Monaco again going to whiff their chances. Extra will get close to the marker once again, but it's cleared and defended by Pondex. Breezy out. Ukis in. Swooping out to the midfield, going to drop it directly into Niels Cook's position. Now it's up to Ukis to try and challenge him for the 100 boost and will be successful. Once again centering up for his teammates, but no one is there to receive from the AS Monaco side.
The series has been a lot about defense, and both defenses holding up extremely well. You see 6 saves from the entirety of the Monaco side, 5 from XL. Just shows you how well these guys are rotating and how few opportunities each of them are getting on either side of the field. But holding on to this 1-0 lead off of that kickoff goal, 4 seconds into this, swooping with the kickoff goal, still holding on to AS Monaco. Could they get their first win of this series and the win that they need to stay in the Confederation Cup?
I will admit, I am impressed at the idea that they're able to hold on to this lead for so long, but XL is still getting close. As Breezy proves with Ukis just about able to save. Breezy coming back in off the backboard to try and keep this pressure rolling for the XL side as Niels Cook takes it into the mid-centre. Pondex in for the shot, back over to Breezy's position, puts it high. No one can take the controls, the Swooping will just return it. Breezy have to put it out of position, just disrupt the ball for the moment in time. Now Swooping in with a chance towards that box. Niels Cook pushes it away. They're going to let the ball touch the floor, and they're going to take a nice 1-0 game 3. AS Monaco not quite dead yet. It's still a 2-1 series. It's still to the favour of XL.
They still keep kicking, and I've got 3 words for you, Jay. Park the bus. That's exactly what Monaco have done throughout that entire game. Just get a quick kickoff goal and then just defend. That's the easy way to beat XL, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is.
It works.
I mean, it works in the end. But Monaco, they definitely wanted more than one goal. Everyone wants more than one goal. But again, they just couldn't take the chances in the XL half of the field where XL were giving them enough space. They just weren't finishing plays, and I think that could hurt them going forward. Whereas XL, they were playing at their usual level, but the Monaco defense stepped up. They knew they had the lead, they parked the bus, and now they are finding themselves in game number 4 with another lifeline on the board.
Again, nice kickoff coming in from Extra. Swooping will wrap back over. Ukis to the corner. Swooping out to the other side corner. Can he get a chance? Yes, he will. Ball out. Defended by Nilskuk though, and Ukis not going to be able to follow up with a second-man play. Swooping with a great amount of ball control. Extra will try to keep this going as, again, the offensive pressure starts things off in the early part of AS Monaco's game, but can they get the goal in that they need? Ball out off the backboard. Nilskuk misses, but Swooping and Extra already rotating back away. Extra not committing far forward enough. He totally expects this to be decent clears and defensives coming in from the XL side, and indeed they are for the most part. So small risks you've got to think about taking when you can outread the whole situation. Oh, Nilskuk! What on earth was that?
The mechanical skill on show here by Nilskuk. Nobody on the Monaco side could have read anywhere Nilskuk was putting that. He could have put it top left, bottom left, anywhere he liked. Nilskuk was in full control of that, and Monaco had no answer. Bravo, Nilskuk.
And now Breezy will try and follow through. 1-0 at the Blaze It time. Nilskuk will go back in. Breezy on for a shot a little bit too far to the right-hand side. Nilskuk tries to maintain that control towards the midfield. Swooping and try to set up his teammates. Can Extra get the shot?
Oh,
he's going to find it. Just saved by Nilskuk, the MVP, the man of the moment. Swooping will get it high, but Breezy able to save it regardless. Set up nothing for the opposing force of AS Monaco. Swooping will come through. Oh, what a shot! They're going to return. AS Monaco finding their footing and finding their form.
And finally, a goal and open play for AS Monaco. They just needed 3 or 4 cracks at the net and a bump as well on an XL defender. Bumping him up, leaving it a 3v2. Monaco starting to take their chances and hold on to them. That is what I've been asking them to do all series long. But Nilskuk seems to be on a little bit of a roll. He had a fantastic goal followed by a fantastic save. But the rest of the team is picking up the pace as well. Pondex and Breezy have been fantastic in their defensive half of the field.
It's all evened up now. Ball off the backboard. Extra's going to have to take control on the defensive for AS Monaco. As now the accuracy starting to show up. This could be a bit more difficult for XL. It was looking like it was very easy in Game 1 and Game 2. Game 3 a bit more of a challenge, and here in Game 4 it's 1-1 on the board. But Nilskuk going to try and make it 2 for XL as he controls the ball into the corner. Picks up the 100 boost. Pondex back to the midfield, pinches it off the wall, and Swooping's going to deny any chance to set up, but they'll have that one. Cut over to Breezy's part of things. Pondex also out faking it, trying to get it on target. Nilskuk up close towards point blank. Swooping's just going to be able to control it and try and outpace me. We'll be able to do so. Breezy with a good challenge as well, going to keep that ball in that blue halfer. So XL not going to give up on that trademark pressure that's been working for them so far so well this series. When Pondex tries to pass down towards his teammates again, Ukid's recognizing the danger and able to deal with it. Now gets it out, trying to go for a solo play back off the corner in towards Swooping's angle, but Breezy's going to beat him to the board as it goes back once again over to AS Monaco's goal, and XL just try their best to get the passing plays, the pressure, and the second.
Despite the overabundance of pressure from XL in the blue half, Monaco are dealing with it much better than they have throughout the entire series. But here comes Nilskuk, touch over the top, down to Breezy off the backboard, and the Monaco defense just cannot deal with that. They might have thought after the goal earlier, Nilskuk would have scored that himself, but he's not greedy. He gets it down to Breezy and was able to take the 2-1 lead here in game number 4, and XL back to fighting fit form. But can AS Monaco answer back within the next couple of minutes? Because this game, out of all the games so far, has been the most even, and Monaco have been so with it every step of the way.
XL, however, finding again, as you say, their fighting form to go back in to the pressure play. Nilskuk out the Pondex. Nilskuk going to try and take a point-blank shot out towards the backboard. It will go, but Nilskuk can't quite find his angle. He's actually managed to carry this for 100 boost, sweeping back in towards the pass on Ukis. It's too far left to the left-hand side. Nilskuk controls on the defense. They try and challenge for it, and they are going to be successful. Ukis and Extra, though. The two players working up this, sweeping, rotating back for boost. Ukis back on the back line is going to be able to save that Whole setup, and Niels Cook in with a set it up shot. Pondex up close up.
Oh!
Point blank, just pushes it down, dunks it in. It's 3-1 at 1 minute and 33 on the clock.
Just as soon as I praised the Monaco defense, they
And
break
trouble.
themselves apart. And again, the passing plays. Pondex in a great position. AS Monaco, though, where have your rotations gone? You just seem to be scrambling to the ball all the time and are not able to get into the positions where XL are just, they're reading you so well and they're drawing you out all the way. Communicate between each other, because there's a few double commits going on as well. They're subtle, but they are double commits, and it's just putting you way out of position, and XL are having fairly open nets. And when XL get a fairly open net, it might as well be no defenders back.
60 seconds remain to see if AS Monaco can turn their offensive back to their play. Pondex controls it into the midfield. It's swooping back into the control. Pondex aggressive as Niels Cook challenges. The ball will go high off the backboard, bouncing off the crease, and plays like that is all that XL really need. Of course, they're 2 goals in the lead, and time is on their side. Lucas comes in for a shot. Swooping going to try to find his angle pass back to Extra. No, Niels Cook takes it away, but Extra intercepts once again. Going off this side wall now, trying to pass back into the centre where Swooping is nowhere to be seen. Lucas was the man at the moment, and they just demoed him out. Every time AS Monaco find a way back in, XL find a way to deal with it, whether that's just better play, demos, offensive pressure, you name it. It's all in the XL playbook. 20 seconds left for them to win the game and move on in the bracket. Niels Cook with one more shot on target. It's 4-1. I guess you could call that one for the road.
That is one for the road, and XL will be easily moving on. Had a bit of a scare in game number 3 where Monaco got that kick-off goal and then just held on in their own defensive half of the field. But when AS Monaco when pushes come to shove, they've not been able to go toe-to-toe with XL at the highest level, and sadly, they will be going home.
Yep, that final countdown. It looked like AS Monaco found a bit of form here in this game 4, but as you say, it didn't quite work out the way that they wanted it to, as XL control it. Breezy puts one more in. That is one for the road.
That is
there,
one
Mr.
for the road.
Craftsman.
That's 2 for the road.
Regardless, it's a 5-1 scoreline, a 3-1 series. And XL, well, proving my doubts wrong, that's for certain. I had my doubts about this squad going into this one, but very clearly that AS Monaco were not the kind of force that can overcome them.
But XL keep their record up. They've won every game they've played, well, with the exception of Method, but they've lost the game in the series. And that is just remarkable. That's something they don't want to keep up going forward. They want to 3-0 everyone going forward, and we'll get the bracket up and tell you who they will be facing, because they will be facing off against teams tomorrow, because we are all done here. But just a final word on Monaco. There were passing plays towards the end of that. They were trying to counteract XL in the middle of the field. But every play that Monaco made just felt off rhythm. They felt there was no communication. They were trying to pass in the middle field. There was one where I think it might have been Yukis passing in the middle, and Swoopin was just way too far back to get any touch on that before XL could come in. And it just tighter gameplay and more communication will sort that, but they're going to have to try next month.
Yeah, it does feel like that maybe they were playing a little bit nervous against XL, because you could see the passing plays and the kind of steps that they were going to try and go for, but whenever it came against XL, it was always, well, there's an inaccuracy here, or there's a missed touch there, or a player's come in a little bit and launched a little bit too early, so he's missed the ball entirely, something like that, which in theory is very basic to counter, because it's just a case of working on your team form and just not choking against a team like XL, who are the better squad. And in the end, obviously, XL will come out on top. They will be able to move forward, but AS Monaco still showing signs of potential. I certainly think this could have been a 3-2 series if they just worked on those very, very small mistakes there, Crafters.
Yeah, just picking up on all the mistakes. And I've got a note on my notepad circled: Monaco chances squandered. So many chances where they brought it into the XL half of the field. They got it past the defense, and then they just couldn't finish off the play. XL was too quick back on the rotation. So quicker gameplay, like I said, we'll sort that in the long term, but they're going to have to try next month's Renegade Cup Monthly.
Well, that's going to be it for our broadcast. Do you have our bracket then, Mr. Craft?
I do have our bracket, so I've got it on my cellular communication device. In our winners final tomorrow, we are going to see Savage versus Method, the RLCS team versus the Gfinity Elite Series champions That is going to be one hell of a match. You do not want to miss that. We also have our losers semi-final, which is going to be MCon versus Excel. And that's a rematch of when they faced off in the first round today. Excel took that in a 3-0 sweep, but I think MCon might have a few tricks up their sleeves. And then it just goes from there, and we are down to our final 4 teams of the Neon Dream.
Indeed we are, the final 4 teams of the last Renegade Monthly of the year. It's going to be a very fun time, so make sure you join us back here tomorrow at the same time and the same place. I've been Switchblade Jay, joining me has been Mr. Craftman, and of course big shout outs to Ireleak and
Digital Bacon.
Digital Bacon. And of course our lovely producer pushing all the buttons behind the scenes is Tractor. I'm going to get off now, it's time to go. Tune back in tomorrow, we've got our grand finals and all the rest of the playoff bracket.